Alhamdulillah that we spent a lot of time in this surah. I don't know if any of you really watched this whole session. It's really hours long, Alhamdulillah. But this is something actually I did for myself, so that I myself reflected on this surah. I never reflected on this surah this much before, and I wanted to share it with everyone. And now we are done. In the last video we completed it, and now we are going to have a full overlook and get some lessons from this surah, from this amazing surah. So I told you that I gave you some sections, but I have changed it. I'm going to tell you that this surah can be divided into 4 sections. We'll give a review and then try to extract some lessons that we can learn from. Inshallah, I'll try to keep it short for the sake of our attention span. So Bismillah to salatu salam ala Rasulillah wa ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in summa amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. So section A, I'll give you 4 sections. So section A will be, by the way, there will be a note, a footnote or something, not footnote. There will be a PDF file that I will be uploading in the audio section, where all of these videos, there's actually an audio file. You don't have to watch video, you can just listen to, inshallah. So that is also something, I hope it will benefit you. So there I'll put this note that everything we have discussed in these videos, that is short notes and things that there, the Arabics and the grammar, little terms used, I used for my references, and also there are some things I just thought that this should be written, so I wrote them and they are there. So that will be provided in the link below in the audio, where you can actually download all the audio files. At the same time the PDF will be there. So there you will see that I have divided it into 4 sections. Section A, which is from ayah 1 to 4. If I remind you, it will be the section when Allah told us, this surah begins by telling about Allah himself, how he is tabarak, he is blessed. We had a very long discussion on how this tabarak, how amazingly Allah is blessed, and how the whole mulk is on his hands, biyadihil mulk. That means he can crush it any time. Wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. If something is in your hand, then it is very obvious that you have complete control over it. But he has over everything control. There's no doubt about it. That's how this surah starts. A might, like, this puts you right at that you and I are under the care of the Almighty. Really, the Almighty, the ultimate Malik. We sometimes try to satisfy, oh, in this country, I have to keep the government happy. I have to keep my prime minister happy. I have to keep my MP happy. I have to keep this happy. I'll keep the shayateen jinns beside me happy. No, 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 no. I have to make a deal with the angel in my right hand, so that he doesn't, he writes the good deeds, and I have to give some pizza to the left angel so that he doesn't write my evil deeds. No, that's not how it works. We are under Allah's supervision. He is Malik, right? And Tabarak, he is blessed. No matter how much we think of him, he is always better, and he has complete power over everything. That's the first lesson we learn. So nothing else we think that it can overpower me. Coronavirus cannot kill me if Allah doesn't let it. What should I? That's a good example. Like, why do I run out of examples? The authorities, the government, even somebody you don't like cannot do anything, and cannot even take away your honor. If Allah gives me honor, then the whole world can call me a deviant, but there will be no use, because Allah gave me honor. Similarly for everybody, Allah gave the Prophet ﷺ honor. No matter how many generations hate him, it's no use. He will still be the best prophet and will be loved. No atheists. Don't you think they have tried, atheists, other religions, they tried so much to remove Prophet ﷺ's name. The Jews tried the best. They couldn't do it. Still loved by Muslims, still loved by some non-Muslims even. Seriously. That's how the surah starts. And this section continues about some of his creation, Allazi khalaqal mauta wal hayata, how mighty he is that he created maut and death. We discussed about that, and the reason why he did this is so that he can test which of us is better in deeds. We discussed about better, and Wahua Azizul Ghafur, and he is Al Aziz Ghafur. The lesson we learned, there are lots of lessons. Of course, this video will take some primary lessons. We already discussed lessons from every ayat in the previous sessions. That's why there are all these videos. But now we will take some nitpick, like marked lessons. Here, one of the most important thing was how life and death was a creation of Allah. So it's a really mighty characteristic that Allah is able to create those. So the death that we fear so much is nothing but a creation of Allah, and we should be fearing Allah, not death. It's really important. The death is actually a creation of Allah, and this will change you. This will really change you. If you're like so concerned about death, you don't have to. If you think you are doing the right thing, we cannot be sure, but we can try our best. Allah, I'm ready to meet you. When you're no longer afraid of that, and there are people like that. And then ayyukum ahsanu amala. The translation says who's best in deeds. We spoke about that. This is not isam tafdil. It's not al ahsanu amala. It's ahsanu amala. So there's of course there's tamiz, but regardless, this is simply who is better in deeds. When Allah says who is better, many can be better. Today I pray 5 times a day. Tomorrow I can pray 5 times a day with more khushu. Then I can pray the extra nawafil, and then all this it improves. I can be better. Better never ends. If I am the best, I can say this is my best. Haza khalas done, and no more. No. Better. We can always be better. That's some lesson. And then allazi khalaqa samawati tibaqa fatara fi ma tara fi khalqi rahmani min tafawud farjil basara hal tara min futur. So Allah spoke about the sky and how this you and I cannot find anything. And then summarjil basara karrataini yanqalibu ilaykal basaru khashiyan wa huwa hasir. Everything will look more and more, we find false. But when we look at the creation of Allah, we don't find any futur. Instead, the more we look, our vision returns humble. When you look at a room, hotel room, at first sight it looks very beautiful. But later on, you see, oh, so the tap is not working. And that room color is not so beautiful. This is a place where it got messy. We find faults, but in Allah's creation, the more we look, the more we get humbled. Alright? That's the lesson here. And the more we try to criticize, we will return hasir. I couldn't find any faults. That's literally what will happen to us. Then there's a new section B. In this section, this is from ayahs 5 to 12. By the way, these sections are something like I told you, this is not absolute. Like this is exactly how the surah is divided. Many can have many other opinions. I'm just giving you my opinion. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا. This is a section where Allah talks about His creation, still talking about His creation, but He would tell something. There was ahsanu amala, but this time He will tell what will happen to those who are worst in deeds and those who are actually better in deeds. And actually there's only one ayah dedicated to that, ayah number 12, and the rest of the ayahs will talk about the other side. So that's there. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ. He beautified the skies with the stars, and how that same star bimasabiha, lamps, not limited to stars, but yeah, there is that. And the same star that is beautiful for the sky is actually a rujuma lishayateen, like a big trouble, actually death for the shayateen. It's amazing how I'm staring at something, mashallah, and some jinn is running astaghfirullah because he's getting killed, so shayateen are getting killed. So the same thing which is blessing for a creation is also a curse for the creation. Depends on who accepts Allah and who doesn't. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِرَبِّهِمْ عَذَابُ جَهَنَّمَ وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرُ. And those who just when the shayateen jinn were mentioned, the disbelievers are like, oh, it's talking about shayateen, we are humans. By the way, you're not off the hook. For you there is also azabu jahannam, in case you forgot, and wabi'sal masir, and that's a horrible destination to be. Like, how come you choose that as your masir, as your final destination? We spoke about masir in the video, and that how it means something that you chose yourself. Iza ulku fiha sami'u laha shahiqa wa hiya tafur. Alright. Takadu tamayyazu min al-ghayz. Ulama ulkiya fiha fawjun sa'alahum khazanatuha alam yatikum nazir. So there are groups that are coming, and people going in front of, when they're taking in front of Jahannam, they're hearing screams, and it seems that the Jahannam itself, or hiya tafur, that means Jahannam itself is getting more angry. It has life, it has It has power. When disbelievers come, it gets even more enraged. Takadu tamayazu minal ghaiz. It's about to explode in rage. Kullama ulkiya fiha. When there is thrown, worthless. You don't throw something valuable, you throw something worthless. When it is thrown, then you find in it Faujun, a group. When they're in the group are thrown, they're asked. A group, not single insan or nafs, no, groups. Because some thought, we are all mushrik jami and we are all mushrik together, no problem, nothing ain't happening to us, ain't nothing gonna happen to us. No, actually, you whole group will be thrown, and then they will be asked, Alam yatikum nazir? Did any warning come to you? Did any warner come to you? قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير. We denied and we just rejected the message. Indeed, warning did come to us. This is absolute proof that any people dying in disbelief actually knows that Islam is the truth, but they were arrogant and they disobeyed anyway. None will say, no, I really thought this was not true. None says that. Everybody says, yes, it did come. But the punishment is so intense, they know there is no point lying anymore, so they all confess their sins. And that's what Allah says. Before that, we spoke this very important, that how it was just limited to two things. Nasma'u aw naqilu. If we only heard and we only used our akal, if we only used our akal and we only heard simple things, hearing and akal. If we just heard my friend, heard the person, heard these YouTube videos, or just use my head, look, we can be monkeys, there has to be some primary human being, Adam alayhi salam, and if there has to be a human, there has to be a creator, and all of these things. If we only used our head, then we wouldn't be of Ashab Sayyid. Wait, Ashab Sayyid? I thought Ashab Sayyid was the shayateen. Oh, so this not only answers who's screaming where we hearing, most probably, but also that we are no different, we are with them. So, they will be confessing their sins, done with them, done away, done. So, the lessons we get, like how this actually works, how disbelief works. We think disbelievers are disbelievers. No. They actually know the truth, but they are not admitting. And if you don't know the truth yet, that means you still haven't used your akal. Still, you have to hear more. You have to use your akal to reach to the truth. وَإِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَخْشَوْنَ رَبَّهُمْ بِالْغَيْبِ لَهُمْ مَغْفِرَةٌ وَأَجْرٌ كَبِيرٌ. Those who fear. We spoke about how it's yakshauna. Why not khawf and other fear? Yakshauna, fear of their Lord with the unseen. This gives two meanings. And there's other things that we really spoke about, that Allah uses inna here. He didn't use inna for the kuffar, but certainly inna is there. That means those who really fear their Lord in ghaib. This means two meanings. This can give two meanings. One is the ghaib Lord who cannot be seen, and also their Lord in ghaib. That means they are not going to the streets, I believe in Allah, you have to all respect me. No, they believe secretly, and some of them believe secretly because they have to. For them there is maghfirah, there is forgiveness and great reward. Then there are others. This is the end of section B, and then there is section C, which is a big section where Allah is not specifically talking to anybody, but He has a more focus on the kuffar, because these ayats are actually questioning ayats. But I argue that the Quran is for all of us, right? So the Muslims also have a lesson here, because sometimes we ignore Allah's warnings, and you will notice again and again Allah will not talk about kuffar or disbelief. Allah will talk about ignoring the warnings, and we Muslims sometimes ignore the warnings. And let's see, وَأَسِرُّوا قَوْلَكُمْ أَوْ أَجْهَرُوا بِهِ إِنَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. Whether you hide or whether you speak it out loud, Allah knows what's in your hearts. So you might be saying, I disbelieve, but Allah knows that you believe. And you might be saying, I believe, Allah knows that you are actually a munafiq. Whatever it is, Allah knows what is in your sudur. And we talk about zat. Allah didn't say ma fi sudur, Allah said bizat is sudur. Used 156 times. Its possessor. Very important lesson, that this is something that you actually have in your heart. It's because you possess it. It's not that, Allah, I don't know where it come from, these thoughts. No. These are your thoughts. You thought them yourself. These are actually, we are going through these lessons, but we spoke about all of this in details in the videos. I wish I feel like revisiting all those lessons. But this is, of course, we're trying to keep it in a nutshell. Ala ya'lamu man khalaqa wa huwa latiful khabir. Doesn't he know what he created? We gave a lot of time to those because sometimes we try to justify. Islam is okay, but this is 2020. So Islam doesn't apply in Bangladesh. You just have to do haram. Really? So Allah belongs to He. To Allah belongs everything. Wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. No, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Walakin lan ala kulli shay'in ma fil Bangladesh wa India wa Pakistan. So he doesn't have power over what is there in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. What? That's not among Mafis Samawati wal Ard. These three countries are out of Earth. No, you cannot do hijab in America. You cannot say no to like uh, sexual relationships between the same gender in America. This is 2020, dude. Are you going to teach Allah His religion? Allah says that in the Quran. But here it is. Doesn't He know what He created? 2020 is also His creation. He decided that in 2020 this will be the state of the world. Don't think that your Islam is like for the 1400 years ago. No. Allah also created 2020 and He will create 2021 if it exists. So that's there. And then the section changes and Allah starts questioning. Amintum ma fi samai ay yuksifa bikumul ard fa iza hiya tamur. Have you assumed that we spoke about this, that the thing below you, the earth, it will not swallow you up? Somebody from the heavens will not cause the earth to swallow you up. Amintum ma fi samai ay yusila alaykum hasiba fasatalamuna kayfa nazir. Or did you think that from above nothing will come over you? So below you, the earth, you thought it was safe. Wherever I go, I'm safe in my house. Not if the earth shakes. Faiza hiya tamur. So when the earth starts shaking, and maybe you are idiot and you're ignorant, you thought, okay, fine, I will dig my hole and stay safe from earth. All I. Okay, you're a genius. You thought that you can save from the earth. What if from the sama there are hasiba sent upon you, not upon earth? Allah earth. No. Alaikum, over you specifically. Bima sabiha. Sorry, not sabiha. Hasiba. Laser guided missiles. Literally. Meteors. I'm not saying literally laser guided. Like something like that, because it's alaikum. It's upon them. So really think. So below you there is no protection. Above you there is no protection if it is not given. That's the point. وَلَقَدْ كَذَّبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ فَكَيْفَ كَانَ نَكِيرٌ. Surely there were people before you who denied and they were completely taken care of. Allah doesn't say what happened to them. Allah said, فَكَيْفَ كَانَ نَكِيرٌ. How was the unknown scheme? So this point Muslims are like, okay, they were destroyed. Yes. So don't you dare think that, we are kuffar, that the Quran talks about so much. It cares about us so much. No, not really. There were people before you who disliked, dishonored, and disbelieved even. So they were taken care of. أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى الطَّيْرِ فَوْقَهُمْ صَافَّاتٍ وَيَقْبِضْنَ مَا يُمْسِكُهُنَّ إِلَّا الرَّحْمَنُ إِنَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ بَصِيرٌ. This was actually a reflective ayah. The lesson we can learn from here is that this way Allah spoke about it is something we see every day. But Allah is giving us an image that we don't actually think. Don't they look at the birds, how above them, how it's in safa, it's in flock. So there is a lesson in that. The birds could have been like, has no pattern, nothing, but there's perfection. And as someone who keeps birds, who keeps pigeon, I can appreciate this a lot. And why Yukubidin and how they land, how they let their wings. We spoke about the Safa being Ism and Yakubidin being Varb, amazing gem there. But if we talk about this, I actually go for hours. But let's focus on the pinpoint lesson. آمنا هذا الذي هو جند لكم ينصركم من دون الرحمن إن الكافرون إلا في غرور. Certainly, so the kafirun actually, they thought the earth was safe and the earth can swallow them up. They thought the sky is safe, the sky can send hasiba upon them, will be sent by someone. And then they thought, okay, fine, how about in the middle? Even the birds that you see, and we spoke about how when the Quraysh hears birds, they are reminded of the Ababil birds in the Makkah incident, right? And that those birds destroyed Abraha's army. So, uh, and then Allah immediately says, "Huwa jundun lakum," who will be an army for you against our Rahman. This is not only a sarcasm but also a question that even if he is a Rahman, can you protect yourself if and which with an army against? And the Quraysh are thinking, not that bird again. Yeah, that's one of the things, but of course there are other implications. Afamai yamshi, oh, not yet. Amman haza lazi yarzukukum in amsaka rizqa ballajju fi to you on food. Is there anybody who will provide you, who can provide you if he stops providing you from his risk? Look, the kafir, they are in clear illusion and confusion. They thought the earth was safe, that's not. They thought the heavens were safe, that's not. They thought the was in the middle, even that's not. They thought they own something, even that's not theirs. Nobody can provide them if I stop providing from my own risk. Oh no, the kafir are in real confusion. They are in real absolute illusion and confusion. They think they are watching movies and listening to songs and doing like insulting the prophet, and they're like so awesome because they're in groups. They think they learn science, and which is a good thing, but they think they can exclusively learn some scientific science so that they can take down Islam. They think they are great because they think they were all monkeys before. They are doing nothing but lajju, stubborn with their utuyu, fi utuyu, wa nufur. Their pride and nufur. You know, I told you they're spreading with like idiots knowing the truth. They're still spreading. Stubborn in one sense. Afaman yamshi mukibba ala wajhihi ahda is the one who walks without seeing his face guided, or amma yamshi sawiyan ala siratin mustaqim, or the one who was aware and is on a straight path. We spoke about this as well, like how somebody, like, it doesn't mean you walk in with a mirror looking at your own face. No, that doesn't mean. Who falls on his face, literally yamshi mukibban ala wajhihi, upon his face. So the translation gives you the meaning that he doesn't look at you without seeing his face. As who falls on your face, like literally, come on, know yourself, because this is actually giving you an indication that the proofs are already very clear in the previous ayats, but this person does actually not agreeing with himself. He is giving into his utuyu anufu, so he doesn't even agree to himself anymore. So Allah is asking, is that the one better guided, or the one who is sawiyan ala siratin mustaqim, who knows what he is doing, who is on his face and walking in a straight path? That's a question Allah asks. This also makes us realize, as Muslims, are we always believing in what we believe? No. Sometimes we give in. Sometimes we walk without on our faces, or literally walk without looking at our faces. Cause someone cool just said that Islam is not cool, or Islam is unbelievable. You really believe that the Prophet went to the sky? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Yeah, I believe. Yeah, he went. Isn't that amazing? Like, none of us did. That's there. Anyway, Qul huwallazi. Then this is a new section where Allah stops talking up to the people. He tells the Prophet to talk to them. So Allah at this point stops talking, and this is another section D, from ayahs 23 to 30, and in this section Allah will not talk. He will tell the Prophet to tell. So Kul will be there. So the first one, Kul huwallazi ansha'akum wa ja'ala lakum as-sam'a wal absara wal afida qalilan ma tashkurun. We speak of, this is a very important ayah to discuss. We spoke about how ansha, it's not khalaka, it's ansha, so the translation creates is not enough. We have to also speak about how it grows. Wajala lakum, and made for you sam'a, one hearing singular, or absara, your vision, which is actually the order the baby learns. First he or she hears, and then actually they get their vision. It's amazingly scientific as well. Wal afida, emotional hurts. We say that kulub is normal hurts. Fuad is emotional hurts. That's the hurt Allah is talking about. But in the translation you will find hearts. So Allah is telling us to think about the sama, our hearing, our vision, and our excited hearts, as these are real gifts that Allah gives. Qalilam tashkurun. No. Qalilam ma tashkurun. Qalilam tashkurun. Little are you grateful. Qalilam ma tashkurun. Where you are not grateful at all. Little are you grateful. There's an extra ma there. Qul huwa allazi jarakum fil ardi wa ilayhi tuhsharun. Not qul huwa allazi khalaqakum fil ardi wa. So Jarakum, we spoke about this, how it's create and spread. So from Adam alayhi salam, who do you think you are in Uju you Nufur? Oh sorry, Utu you Nufur, in pride, in Nufur? You remember that you were actually from Adam alayhi salam and you were spread. You are from the same father. You're no different. You're nothing special. Alright. That's a very important question. Because ultimately the end result is Wa ilahi tuhsharun. To him you will be gathered. Not to him the Arabs will be gathered first, the non-Arabs will no. All of you will be gathered as far as Allah is concerned. وَيَقُولُونَ مَاتَ حَزَى الْوَعْدُ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. I heard enough. Where is this promise going to come if you are among the truthful? Allah doesn't go out of his ways. Oh, okay. If I give you the answer, will you believe? No. قُلْ إِنَّمَا الْعِلْمُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ وَإِنَّمَا أَنَا نَذِيرٌ مُبِينٌ. Tell them the knowledge is only with Allah and I am just a clear warner. One of the very important lessons we learn here, that we don't go desperate. Oh, if I drink one glass of alcohol for you, you will listen to me? You are going to do haram so that he listens to you? No, you don't have to. Oh, if I do this haram for one night, you will listen to me? No. Oh, we have to tell the non-Muslims why the Prophet ﷺ married Aisha radiallahu anhu at this age. Dude, I don't know why they are so concerned about, why they love Aisha radiallahu anha so much. Astaghfirullah. Like they are so concerned about her. Why did the Prophet marry her? They let them think about their own business. It's not even their Prophet. They don't believe in him. But they're concerned about his wife. Why? No. We have to tell the kuffar, then they will become Muslims. No, they don't. They just want to attack you. They can't find anything nice. So this is an easy way to attack among many other easy things that are available. You don't go desperate, do haram because you have to answer to them. Allah is Allahu Samad. Allah doesn't need anyone. Not even us. Allah doesn't need us. If we go crazy, His deen will live on. He will live on. So that's the very important lesson that we learn from here. We don't go desperate and go crazy. Brother, please. Sister, please. You just have to accept this. This is the truth. Yeah. Relax. فَلَمَّا رَأَوْهُ زُلْفَةً سِيَّتْ وُجُوهُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَقِيلَ هَذَا الَّذِي كُنْتُمْ بِهِ تَدَّعُونَ. So we explain this ayah. Not pinpoint lessons is from this. قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ أَحْلَقَ اللَّهُ وَمَنْ مَعِيَ رَحِمَنَا فَمَنْ يُجِيرُ الْكَافِرِينَ مِنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. If the Prophet is destroyed, tell them, if I am destroyed and those who with me, the Prophet ﷺ is saying, if I am destroyed and those with me are destroyed, or we are rahimana, or we are blessed, whatever it is, we are dead, what good will you do, and who will protect you all from azabun alim, from painful punishment? Even today, if there is a non-Muslim who becomes a revert, Allah is doing this through Muslims. So non-Muslims think, if the Muslims are gone from this planet, this world will be a better place. No, actually, the Muslims are necessary for you to be saved from painful punishment. Of course, not those Muslims who disobey Allah. There are Muslims and they are actually Muslims but not Muslims. True Muslims, you need them, because otherwise you will die as a mushrik, which will lead you to azabun alim. And that's why the Muslims are actually your source of protection from azabun alim, azab al-Sayyid, azab al-Jahannam, all of them. So if your wish of Muslim getting destroyed is true, you're the one who will be in trouble. That's a strong argument. We discussed this, but we're not going to do this here. Qul huwa Rahman amanna bihi wa alayhi tawakkalna. We spoke about the structure, that how we believe in Allah and we believe in other things also, but only upon Allah we trust. And this only is important, because when it comes to trust, we only trust Allah. Otherwise your life will be miserable. If you think, no, I do this haram because I trust my mother, or of course your mother won't say you do bad things, hopefully. If I trust my friend or this haram partner that I have, I put my trust, Allah we can see later. No. Alayhi tawakkalna, only upon Allah we trust. Then fasata'lamuna, you will soon come to know man huwa fi dalalim mubin, who is in clear error. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a nazirun mubin, clear warner, and then you will find who is dalalin mubin, who is in clear error. So not listening to nazirun mubin will make you dalalin mubin, among the dalalin mubin. And then Allah is قل أرأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا فمن يأتيكم بماء معين بماء معين. We dedicated the last video about thinking about how many things, if it disappears from the planet, the world will go on, but the moment water disappears from this planet, everything is destroyed. Humans, animals, plants, even germs, all. Humans disappear from this planet, the world lives on in one way or another, lives on. The genes disappear from this planet, the world lives on. The animals disappear from this planet, the world lives on somehow. We all becomes vegetarians. But water becomes it's a non-living thing, but it disappears. Oh my god, everything falls apart. Even the earth cracks, dries up. How much of the earth is water? Gone, just gone. Never mind all those fishes under the almost more than half of the earth, of course. Much more than half of the earth gone. That doesn't even matter if that wasn't enough. How many creatures under the water is gone? So imagine how, if that water is gone, flowing water, who will give you flowing water? That's how Allah ends this fantastic surah. So in the beginning, there was this surah gives us so much inspiration and so much power. It establishes that everything is on Allah's hand, and then it shows that how these believers will be taken care of, so that Muslims don't actually have to worry about like why is Allah letting this happen, why is Allah letting them win. No, they will be taken care of. And then Allah also tells about those who are working, those who fear Allah, they are taken care of. And then Allah gives amazing punishment, amazing punishment, not amazing punishment, amazing descriptions of the creation, so that we can reflect upon it, both Muslims and non-Muslims, so they can take the warning seriously. And then at the end, Allah gives us more arguments. Of course, you realize that all these arguments can be a source of dawah for the non-Muslims. At the same time, these are dawahs for us ourselves, so that we don't ignore the warning of Allah. This is also very important, something we have to do. And I think the video has gone long enough, and these were the lessons. We spoke about all these ayahs in details in the videos, but this was like overview nutshell of this surah. And this is all. I really thank anyone who has watched the whole series. I hope it benefited you. If it did, I'll be happy if you let me know and make dua. And of course, alhamdulillah, we'll be looking forward to more inner depth studies of surahs, inshallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah guide us, and may Allah make us ashab of this surah, companions of this surah. May Allah give us more knowledge, more reflection, and more love for this surah, more lessons from this surah, more reminders from this surah, and let this surah impact our lives. Assalamu alaikum again wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.